YouTube, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Fizz, the great one. You read the title, so you already know what we're about to get into on Friday Night SmackDown. I can't even say we got robbed because we didn't really get anything but bullshit on Friday Night SmackDown, if we're being honest with each other. This young man, Randy Orton, has been on the phone with a mystery guy for 3 weeks. Damn, it might as well just say a month, right? He's been on the phone with this mystery person for 3 weeks. We're thinking, oh my God, is it The Rock? Y'all remember my last video talking about Randy Orton? I was like, yo, is Cody Rhodes turning heel because of what Stephanie had said? Like, this version of Cody Rhodes isn't going to beat this version of Randy Orton. Randy Orton had also said wrestling has more than one royal family. So, I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe it's Cowboy Bob Orton. He's going to reach back from that 05 feud with The Undertaker, and he's going to have his father come with him, right? I'm like, oh, that makes sense, right? Like, he keeps saying wrestling has more than one royal family. Well, here's another one that you got to face. You already beat Roman. Can you beat the Ortons? But instead, no, it's Pat McAfee. So what you're telling me is Stephanie McMahon had told Cody Rhodes, this version of Randy Orton, you're not able to beat. Mind you, Randy Orton, he was on the phone saying, thank you. I really needed to hear that. Essentially being the voice in his head to have Randy Orton go fucking ballistic on Cody Rhodes. And it's because Pat McAfee got him to do that. We have lost the goddamn plot. I don't give a fuck if it was Ari Emanuel or however you say his name, or if it was Triple H himself, or any of those goons in the fucking booking room. Yeah, I'm calling them goons because they got to be criminals. They're criminals. There's no way on God's green earth we're building up to WrestleMania 42 in a feud that writes itself. It's Cody Rhodes, it's Randy Orton. And the two subplots in this goddamn story is Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. Are you fucking serious? I was talking with my man's No Limit. I was talking to my man's Smooth, man. And we were just, and shout outs to my brother. We were talking about how this just makes no goddamn sense. And I came up with something sitting in this here car about what they should have done, which would have made so much more sense. Literally all you had to do was get Randy Orton to be actually diabolical. Now, I'm not saying that him breaking Matt Cardona's arm wasn't a problem, but I mean, it was nothing for me to boo because I don't really like Matt Cardona. I don't really feel like he should be in the Fed anymore. But let's just get honest, right? Here's what they could have did. I mapped this out off the top of my head. You need to get Randy Orton to be actually like a fucking menace, right? So what you do is have Randy Orton stalk this dude, Cody Rhodes. Have him break into his house. That way, you have Randy Orton waiting for Cody Rhodes on his tour bus. Maybe in a situation where you have Brandy and the kids having to literally go on the bus with Cody Rhodes because he's like, oh, Brandy's like, oh, we're not safe here. We can't stay at home. That way, what you do is you have Cody Rhodes go out there cutting a promo on Randy Orton talking about you've made my family unsafe. My family has to travel here with me. You have Brandy come out in the middle of Cody Rhodes' segment when he's making a promo on Randy Orton's ass. And she's like, no, we have to go. The bus isn't safe. The bus is vandalized. Randy Orton records a video backstage that he's on the tour bus. Now Brandy's in the ring. You know where Randy Orton is. Cody says, no, you stay here. You stay here. Maybe the kids went with one of the other ladies backstage while she goes because she doesn't feel safe. Whole time, that's a video that Randy Orton recorded because Randy Orton's actually making his way to the arena to get Cody Rhodes out of the ring. Bang, RKO on Brandy Rhodes. There's no reason why I was able to come up with this in the car, and they can't come up with this in Stanford. Now, like I said, I don't care if it was Ari Emanuel. I don't care who the fuck it is. At some point, enough is enough. And Triple H deserves all the criticism he's received at this point, but some things just can't all be Triple H, bro. It just can't, because this is the same guy who was in the same feud with Randy Orton 17 years ago in the build to WrestleMania 25 in 2009 when he broke into Randy Orton's house. So it's not like Triple H doesn't know what an intense feud needs to be in the main event of WrestleMania. But Pat McAfee, I don't give a fuck how good the promo was. I don't care how good Cody Rhodes' promo was when he came out in the middle of SmackDown when he gave Kit Wilson a crossroads talking about what are you going to do, fire me because that sure didn't work for you the last time. Because this shit ain't working for us now. Why the fuck would you have a guy who has nothing to do with a storyline? Randy Orton is bald again. He's looking like 2009 Orton. In 2009, Orton would have RKO'd. He would have RKO'd the thought of having some idiot be the Randy Orton doesn't need motivation. He doesn't need it. They fucked up by not having this be teacher versus student. That's what they did. They fucked up because if you would have had teacher versus student, at least you would have had a sense of, yo, is Orton really going to be the actual teacher that did not teach Cody Rhodes the tricks of being a heel so he wouldn't see it coming? But no, we need to have Pat McAfee because we want to have all these fucking stars at WrestleMania. We want to have Pat McAfee here. We want to have Jelly Roll here. We want to have IShowSpeed here. We want to have Tom Brady here. We want to have Lil Yachty here. Now, Lil Yachty is actually one of the only niggas who actually know about the Fed, so I don't really mind that too much. And it has nothing to do with Lil Yachty rapping and being in some of the songs that I like. But like, dude, like, come on. You're telling me, then Pat McAfee goes on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. He go on Twitter talking about some, oh, if Randy Orton loses, you know, I'll never be in WWE again. Bro, nobody fucking cares. Honestly, for that, I hope Cody Rhodes win. And it's ridiculous because if they wanted Randy Orton to get booed, they should have realized, maybe we shouldn't have Randy Orton talk about he wants his 15th title. Who's going to boo Randy Orton going for his 15th title? Nobody. It's the same. They didn't learn from last year. No one's going to boo John Cena. If you want to be a heel, oh well. Just have them do it. If they cheer it, oh well. Niggas are going to cheer regardless. They know it's John Cena's last year. Because to those who are saying that John Cena shouldn't have turned heel at all, no, you're saying they shouldn't have turned Cena heel because they fucked up on the process. Not because Cena being a heel wouldn't have worked. We've talked about that on Faisal Network multiple times on what they should have done and what they could have done and what they can do proceeding because we were making videos during the fucking heel run. This company's a joke sometimes, bro. They're a joke. They've got to be some of the, you talk about kings of comedy, bro. Bernie Mac ain't funnier than this. He's not. God rest his soul. Cat Williams ain't funnier than this. Dave Chappelle is not funnier than the bullshit that they put on television. And don't get me started on Carmelo Hayes. But this video was about Pat McAfee, Cody Rhodes, Triple H, Randy Orton. The main event of WrestleMania Night 1. And if we're really being honest, give the main event to Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. You know, but have these niggas open the show because I refuse for Sunday or Saturday night to come and Randy Orton is holding up that 15th world title next to Pat McAfee. Fuck that. I'm not trying to see that. So it's been your boy Fizz, the Great One. I apologize for the language. I apologize for the rant. But y'all needed to hear this because I'm pretty sure you feel the same exact way. They had 4 weeks to build Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And the best thing that they could come up with is this dude on the phone with someone bringing the anger out of him. And it's not his father. It's not Kevin Owens. It's not The Rock. It's not Sami Zayn, who was low-key missing backstage for some strange reason until last week's main event versus Carmelo Hayes. And back-to-back. Anyways, it could have been... Niggas was saying Shane McMahon. Niggas was saying maybe it's Vince McMahon. And this is something where I'm just going to really be honest with you. We did not have our hopes too high. It's the main event of WrestleMania and you come talking about some Pat McAfee? Talking about some, oh, last week's SmackDown was the worst. And yeah, this week's SmackDown is worse. If that's even a word. I don't really care if it's a word or not. That shit sucked. And it sucked because of the booking. If the reveal was a lot better, maybe we'd look at SmackDown a little bit better. But not me, because the way that they treated Carmelo Hayes in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown. I'm going to end this here because I can go on for another 10 minutes. But I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Because you got to this point in the video, I'm not going to take any more of your time. So it's been your boy Fizz, the Great One. Thank you for getting here. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I'm out, bruh.